Welcome to the voice of St. Anthony Parish from Allston, Massachusetts, right here on WROL, 950 AM, 100.3 FM. And you can also hear us at CatholicAudiomedia.com. That's CatholicAudiomedia.com. And you will find us here 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then afterwards, it drops on your favorite podcast platform, including over at CatholicAudiomedia.com. Just on the platforms, on the podcast platform, look for Catholic Audio Media and scroll through until you see the voice of St. Anthony Parish. Well, we're talking this week about pastoral ministry. And pastoral ministry does not have to be, well, that's what ministers do or priests do or nuns or religious. No, it has to be done in the family too. And let me give you an example. Always be careful of that difference between teaching what is right and making a distinction between what is right and wrong in a very black and white way. Now, that doesn't mean that what is right isn't right or what is wrong isn't wrong. But if you make a black and white distinction without looking at the bigger picture, you may actually be undermining your own efforts. So let me give you an example. We were talking the example of a 15-year-old in your family who is having trouble with just getting into drinking and may have a serious drinking problem, and part of that may be what I said yesterday was self-medicating, which is not uncommon. So in other words, that's how they're dealing with internal struggles or external struggles, is they're self-medicating. So the drinking is a symptom of another problem, which maybe they can't fix or they don't know how to fix and they don't know how to talk about it, and which is not uncommon for that age. So now you've got a drinking issue, and the drinking issue becomes a problem because it's a symptom of something bigger. So if you turn around and say, this is wrong and you will not get drunk in my house ever again, which is a legitimate statement, but you're not going to solve the problem. Now, all of a sudden, because the problem is not that the 15-year-old is drinking, the problem is the 15-year-old is self-medicating, and therefore the drinking is a symptom of something else. And you may not have the ability to find the solution. Because first of all, especially around that age, it's very difficult to get people to talk and very difficult to get people to understand. But another reason is because you may not be able to see the full picture. Now, one of the examples that I gave, and I'm not saying that any teacher said that to me, but I had absorbed the message when I was in high school that there was literally no hope for me after high school. Now, I'm not saying anyone said that. That was the message I absorbed. It's funny, too. I was thinking I'm 66 years old. I graduated from high school in 1976. Now, I can't do math to save my life, but I think in 2 years, that'll be 50 years ago. Yeah, in 2 years, that'll be 50 years ago that I graduated from high school. And I still have bad dreams of missing tests and failing courses. I've been out of high school, and of course I went to college and stuff, but which is part of the situation. But I still have these nights. Wake up, I missed the test. Wait a minute, I haven't been in school in years. So anyway, one of the things that I wanted to bring up in light of that is that whole concept of understanding that the drinking is a symptom of a bigger problem in many cases. So you solve that not by shouting out rules. This is the rule. You're under 18. You're under 21. Actually, when I was drinking, the drinking age was 18. I was still younger, but didn't make any difference. So when I turned 18, it was now legal. But that doesn't mean anything. You've got to kind of look at there's a bigger issue here. What's going on? And part of the issue, as I said, in my own experience, was absorbing the idea. I'm not saying any teacher said that. Absorbing the idea that there was literally no hope for me after high school. And I actually communicated that very strongly when I was in high school, when people would ask me, what college are you going to? And I would give them an answer that would make it clear, why am I even worried about this? Because there's no hope for me. And that's one of those powerful things that would be a sign if people understood it at the time. So you recognize that pastoral ministry is dealing with not necessarily the right and wrong, because you understand that the right and wrong, if someone is doing what is wrong, is a symptom of a greater issue. And that's the important distinction. And that's where pastoral ministry comes in, because it's not that there is the person is doing something wrong. It's they're doing something wrong for another reason, and you have to fix that reason before you're able to address the person doing something wrong. So you see that. That's where pastoral ministry comes in. I'm going to talk more about that on the other side of the break. You're listening to the voice of St. Anthony Parish from Allston, Massachusetts, right here on WROL and CatholicAudiomedia.com. Are you looking for guidance on how to live a purposeful and transformed life? Look no further than Romans 12, a chapter in the New Testament that offers practical wisdom for believers. Romans 12 begins with a powerful call to offer our bodies as living sacrifices to God, urging us to renew our minds and align them with His will. This chapter highlights the importance of humility, using our gifts for the benefit of others, and exercising genuine love. It teaches us to be diligent in serving the Lord, rejoicing in hope, persevering in tribulation, and being devoted to prayer. But it doesn't stop there. Romans 12 also teaches us to live in harmony with others, extending kindness and hospitality even to our enemies. It urges us to overcome evil with good and leave vengeance to God. So if you're seeking guidance on how to live a life of love, humility, and service, dive into Romans 12. Let its practical wisdom transform your life. Romans 12, a chapter that offers a roadmap to living a purposeful and transformed Christian life. Available now in the New Testament. Get your copy today. We're back, and we're talking about pastoral ministry. And so one of the things that would happen with pastoral ministry, like I gave an example yesterday, and I can give the example today, you may find that, I'll go further with this, that again, I absorbed the idea in high school that there was no hope for me after high school. That, there wouldn't be a college that would accept me and all this other stuff. And then when I got the SATs, I discovered I was in the top fifth of my class. Wow. Because I was expecting to be the bottom 465th. I think there were only 465 people in the class. And there I was shocked. Wow, I'm in the top fifth. Now remember, this is what I'm first learning. But if you understand that, you can also look at that pastoral ministry would take the teachings of the faith and put them into practice. Well, what would that mean? Well, that everyone has a purpose in life. We understand that from the teachings of our faith. Everyone has a purpose in life. So God has a reason for putting you on earth, and He has a call for you in the future, that in that call, you've got a mission that the Lord wants you to do. That's also in our baptisms. Remember, baptism ends with a commissioning. May the Lord open your ears to hear His word and touch your lips to proclaim His faith to the praise and glory of God the Father. So among any other thing, you can say, well, what purpose do I have in life? Well, it's really simple. Right there at your baptism, you have a purpose to spread the message of God, which means you have a purpose to know God. That teaching would be an aspect of pastoral ministry, because now you're taking this teaching and you're bringing it on to a level that someone could understand within their own situation in life. I'm just going to use this word because I can. If you don't know this, it's called Sitzenleben. It's a German word. It means situation in life. So I can make me sound like really smart when I can go in our own Sitzenleben. But that's what it means. It means to take this teaching and put it into this reality of life. And so then, hypothetically, you're dealing with someone, maybe one of your children or your grandchildren, who is sitting there, and you don't know this, who feel that there is no hope for them after high school, or there's no hope for their future or anything else. you can actually use church teaching to say, wait a minute, in your baptism, you were commissioned by God, literally, that's true, commissioned by God to believe in the message so you could give it to others and you could spread it to others. So therefore, that square one is a mission that you have. And that's an important distinction. And the person will say, well, I'd like someday to be whatever. I'd like someday to be a great actor. Well, you realize that that's a message that you can do within the context of that occupation. Or whatever the case may be. But you have a way of bringing this teaching and bringing it on to a personal level. Now, obviously, you wouldn't just say, well, the way to stop drinking is to realize that you were chosen by God to bring his message. No. What it is to listen, to hear, to understand everything that's going on and bring in a way to comfort the person, to lift up the person, to challenge the person, using what you know through the faith. Not necessarily quoting Bible verses or church teaching, but your knowledge of the faith, which is important for you to know the faith, and bring that forward in the mission of the faith. Do you understand that? And that's an aspect of the faith. That's something that's very important. But that's what pastoral ministry does. And it's not a case, some people say pastoral ministry is all about, well, if someone is having a problem, then then you just tell them that these are no longer sins and that's okay. No, it doesn't work that way. We'll talk more tomorrow. Have a blessed day. I want to call your attention to Catholic TV, which offers great faith-filled, family-friendly programming 24 hours a day. You can find your cable channel at www.getcatholictv.com, and you can watch online on the free apps or check out the YouTube channel. Daily Mass, Rosaries, the Divine Mercy Chaplet, and the Our Lady of Perpetual Help Novena are all available online and on demand. Check out CatholicTV.com. If you're searching for a meaningful spiritual experience, look no further than St. Anthony's Parish in Allston, Massachusetts. Join us at 43 Holton Street in between Soldiers Field Road and the Mass Pike. Immerse yourself in the complete St. Anthony's Parish encounter through our 10 o'clock a.m. chanted Mass. Whether you're a Catholic seeking a parish to call home or someone looking for spiritual guidance, our welcoming community is here for you. Visit our website at www.stanthonyalston.org for more information. St. Anthony's Parish, where faith finds a home.